Hi everyone, Prof. Gordon here from Exam Success, and we're going to look at an example about statement of cash flows, IFRS versus US GAAP. So we have an example here where we have a company using IFRS reports its interest payments on long-term debt as a financing activity. If the company reported under US GAAP, the most likely effect would be a higher cash flow from operations, higher cash flow from financing activities, lower cash flow from investing activities. So this is the kind of question you got to either you know the rules right off and you can visualize it, or you can make up a quick example. So first thing to be aware of is make sure that you know that we're going from IFRS to US GAAP in this question. That's the first thing. The next thing is, do we remember our rules? Okay, so we're talking about interest payments. And this company classifies them as a financing activity. So now our rules under IFRS, interest payments can be classified either as financing cash flows or operating cash flows. And under US GAAP, interest payments can be classified only as cash flows from operations. So this is the essence of the question. So either you know the rules right away and can visualize it, or make up a quick example. And that's what I want to do. It can help you to keep it in mind. So let's build out a cash flow statement quickly under IFRS and US GAAP. So we'll start off with cash collections from customers. And let's just say that's 10,000. So that's the same under IFRS and GAAP. Now under the operating cash flows, we're going to subtract off cash payments to suppliers. So let's assume that that's 2,000. And the only other element that's in the cash flow from operations is the interest payments. So IFRS, US GAAP. Okay, under US GAAP, remember the interest payments are only cash flow from operations. This company using IFRS, we didn't put it in there. They treat interest payments as a financing activity. We'll see this. Cash flow from operations, then the total under IFRS comes to 8,000, comes to 7,000. Cash flow from investing activities. Well, the interest payments don't have any effect. So it's going to be the same under IFRS and US GAAP. We don't even need an example. Let's go to financing. Let's assume that they issue some debt. So they issue 20,000 of debt. That's an inflow. That's under both IFRS and US GAAP. Dividends, we pay out dividends. So let's say that's 3,000 and 3,000, same under IFRS and GAAP in this example. And now interest. There it is under IFRS. Here's the $1,000 payment under financing cash flow and nothing for US GAAP. So when we calculate the total cash flow from financing, we get 16,000 under IFRS, we get 17,000 under US GAAP. Simple example here. I'm just isolating the difference here. This is the interest payments. By the way, the total cash flows are the same. 9,000 and 9,000. When we add up cash flow from operations and cash flow from investing, I had an example. I put in a number there. Cash flow from financing, we get the same. It's just where do we classify this interest payment? Okay, let's bring back our question. Here are the three choices, and now we can start to identify this. So we're looking at, remember, going from IFRS to US GAAP. That's how we've got to answer these questions. So we can see right away, okay, the only difference here is where's the interest payment? That's the difference. So now we can crack the code here. Going from IFRS to US GAAP, we're going to see higher cash flow from operations. Well, going from IFRS to GAAP, looks like the cash flow from operations actually goes down. So let's just get rid of choice A. We saw here cash flow from investing is the same. There's no effect here. So lower cash flow from investing activities. Let's get rid of that. I mean, we've got our answer right here. Higher cash flow from financing activities. We can see that here. We went from 16,000 to 17,000. We cracked the code. It's a nice, easy mark. So if you can't remember the rules right off, create an example. I think it'll help you that way. And I hope that you found this quick example helpful. It's a great way to crack the code on a lot of these financial statement type of concepts. Okay, so we'll end this quick lesson here.